Okay, you should have already worked 6, 7, and 8 before you view this one, because if you don't try it and make mistakes, then you might not learn from it. So that's why we want to try it. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Just fix it, okay? So number 6, Pam deposited $200 in a savings account, earning 7% interest, compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how much interest will she earn in 2 years? So I would underline my sentence, and since they're asking for interest, label it with an I. You should have already written your formula, A equals P times 1 plus R. Close it to the T power. Notice that this formula doesn't start with I, so there's my clue. I'm doing an extra step, okay, because A stands for total amount. Okay, you should have filled in 200 for principal, divided 7 by 100 to get our rate of 700ths. 2 was the exponent. Okay, after you punch that in to your calculator, it would have said $228.98. Hopefully you did not circle that as your answer, because A is total amount, so they've already put it together for me. The 200 and the interest that she earned. So whenever they ask for interest on a compound interest problem, you take away their starting amount so you can see how much money they earned over those 2 years. $28.98. Okay, number 7. Joel deposited $6,000 into a savings account, earning 2% interest, compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how much will he have in 2 years? So underline, they're asking for how much he's going to have. They want all of it, the total amount. They did say compound, and that formula starts with A. So this one, I will only need the formula to answer the question. Okay, you filled in 6,000 for P, 200ths for R, 2 for T. You used your calculator. Oh, on this one, my calculator would have only showed me that much. But whenever we're dealing with money, you need 2 digits behind the decimal. So you have to add that 0 behind your 4. So $6,242.40. Make sure you got the 0. Number 8. Laura has $7,596 in a savings account that earns 3% interest, compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how much will she have in 2 years? They want all of it. They said compound, so I use my formula chart or my notes to write down my compound interest formula correctly. I go get some numbers. Her principal start amount, I filled in. I brought down the rest of the formula. I had to go get this percent and divide it by 100 to get my decimal that I filled in. They told me the time in years. Okay, so this time, whenever I used my calculator and it gave me this long answer, it was too long back here. I have to just round it to make it have 2 digits. Okay, so I had to figure out if this 9 is going to stay a 9 or if it's going to go up, which would be to a 10, which would carry it to the place before it. So I look directly behind it. The 6 is big, so it's going to bump this up. We were at 59 cents. It's going to round up to that 60 cents at the back. I did not have to do an extra step because this formula starts with A, final ending amount, and they did want how much she would have in 2 years. $8,058.60. Okay, the last one, number 9. Neela has $3,829 in a savings account. The interest rate is 4.9%. This is the first one that we've had that already had a decimal in it, and I see a lot of kids in 8th grade make a mistake on these problems. So let's see. It's compounded annually. To the nearest cent, how much will she have in 5 years? They want all of it, her ending amount, okay? Since they said compound, A equals principal times 1 plus the rate to the t power. I'm going to go look for things I can put in. They're asking for the ending amount, so I don't have A. I will not have to do an extra step on this one. Principal, her starting amount. Bring down the formula. Okay, so this is the common mistake here. I have a lot of kids that whenever they see that this already has a decimal in it, they just want to bring it straight here and write 4.9. Well, that's not right, because it's still got a percent sign behind it, so it hasn't been changed to its correct decimal form yet. I'm still going to divide it by 100 because it has a percent sign, okay? That's going to bump it 2 times back to the left. So decimal 049. I'm not putting in 4.9. I'm dividing it by 100. Plug that in as your R. They told me 5 years. 5 is my exponent. Okay, I am going to let y'all finish this problem. If it needs to be rounded, make sure you round it before I check it. You're going to bring this one to me. Once you've got this one correct, you are going to work on IXL K.11.